Wow, I just had another power failure. And by power failure, I mean I forgot to plug my laptop in. So I'm sorry about that. It's hard to explain how this happened, and it's also the second time it's happened, so I really have to manage that. But I wasn't going to be on for much longer. Where we left off in the last session, which was not 2 minutes ago, actually more like 8 minutes ago, I was in the middle of playing this Wordle game, trying to figure out this word. It's not cuter, but nope. Yeah, so we got some problems. Oh, here's a disgusting word. Puker. Nope. Oh, it doesn't. And look at that. It just ended. It ended without telling me my word. So we have a problem here. The guess counter is 6. Game update status. Maybe I do something different in the TUI version. So when we last left, we moved all the views into their own files. I just now changed the class name of the Curses version. Now in the main version, I've called the CursesMode version in place of the LineMode version. We see that it works, but now we're dealing with a small bug here, which might have been even in this one. Yeah, these things use the game close. Interesting. Okay. Yeah. So we have a ways to go before we unite the model, the controller here. So after, yeah, these update statuses are fine here, but when you got a good guess and you're evaluating it, you want to use one of these things, and I was definitely using the wrong one. It should be game close, and game close is really it's the wrong way. It should be something else. So the close function in LineMode, yeah, it's empty. But to make it have parity, this should be close, like down here. It would not have worked if I'd have gotten this, so it would have, if we look at this bug. Oh boy. Yeah, I had to do reset to reset my terminal. So if I wanted to set the puzzle word. Which one was this? It's a good word. If I do puzzle word hazer, if I get this word right, it won't do anything because it's going to print the correct word message. It might appear in the terminal, but it won't be unified. So there's definitely a gap here. Yeah, well, maybe I came on and a little ahead of when I'm ready for this second session. See how it says amazing, you got it in one guess, and which is this thing, but for the curses mode, you want it to not just print this, you want it to print it in the correct way. You want to use the view to close the message. So yeah, so I think I know how to fix this, and I think you do too. So just I'm going to go off screen and tackle this small bug, and right, yeah. Oh, but before I do, let me at least commit this. Yeah. Okay, so now I'm gonna fix up the main in Wordle-CLI so that it can be used by either the it can be used by either the text version or the curses version. Remember, we're trying to unify the controller so that it can work with either view. That's really what we're going for, and that's one of the benefits of the MVC model. The view is separated from the model. So let me try that. And I'm plugged in on the laptop, so we're good for however long I can stay here. Okay, so hopefully what you saw made sense. I have taken game.close from the TUI version and moved it to the CLI version of main. They both have to work, so I'm going to make the LineMode version of Wordle use close. Right now, its version is unused. The second thing that I did is I've given up on correct word message. We're punting that. That's going to be for a future thing. And the third thing that I did is that I've changed WordleCurses to have the message of any key to quit. This isolates it to just the view for curses. It's not necessary for a game close in text mode. So let's see if these changes made sense. Taser. See, that's good. Now I'm going to quit. And if I do, I'm going to run this again. And if I just that was like life. I just did life and death right there. Some would say. Yeah. See how it says the correct word is taser now? And that's what we wanted before. And I think people might argue you could have the any key to quit in the second line, and that's possible because now we're in control here of update status. We can, well, maybe we can't, because update status, it's fixed to that line, line 17. But I'm happy with this, and now watch this strangeness. If I run with the text version, now what will appear is the LineMode version. If I run with this, if I say taser, it won't say anything. It'll just say blah. It just doesn't say anything. And if I do taser and then a bunch of 5-letter words, it also just ends without any messaging. But if I look at the command line, it is ending with game close. But now what I do is I just change game close. I just change close in line mode to just match this. And I don't need any of this stuff, because that's for the curses mode. So down here I say this, and I'm not going to do update status. It seems silly to call it when all it's doing is basically this. So I will now run this again, and when this is done, I'll commit the changes to the views that correct this. And then when this is done, I am going to do command line argument to switch between the views, which is what we were going for. And then we'll save the model for tomorrow. So we're playing the word taser, and first I'm going to say taser by itself. Remember, before it didn't print anything. See, you got it in one guess. It prints the default message, the one where we fussed with the pluralization. This one. Now we're going to play the game one more time, and we're just going to not guess it right. I'm on a theme here. Rancid? No. Nosy. And there it is. The correct word was taser. And so I'm gonna first, let's see what I have here. And I'll just quickly look at these changes. Yeah. Okay, so I moved the press any key to quit message, and I think that was the only change. Well, that's in this one. I don't know why I did it this way. I'm more used to doing it on the command line, but it is trying to still find an easy way to do this in the UI in Xcode. Now, on the text mode side, if I do this, I'll also turn this off here. Come back here. I modify the close. I think that was the only thing. Okay. Now that we have these things in place, what we're going to do a big change here. We're going to get rid of this file, TUI. There's only one thing in there, right? Yeah, there's only one thing in wordle-tui, and that's main.swift. We're going to get rid of it. Yeah. Then we have to figure out how to see. First, let's get rid of it. Get RM. TUI. Here's something that's interesting about this next change that we're going to do. So the main that we have here, it has, first of all, it has these change. First of all, I'm going to add these changes here. I'm not going to add this one, so I'm going to use that get add p thing. Can I do it from here? I think I looked at this earlier. Yeah, can I say add? Nope. Okay. I am going to do this manually. So we're not going to add this, but we are going to add this. So we've done that. What's going to happen now is we want to be able to do some logic with this thing. We have a variable game. Game can either be the variable, should either be Wordle LineMode or WordleCursesMode. Now with Swift, you would want this to be, so what we need to do is, as I mentioned in I think the yesterday session, we're going to need to make both of these inherit from a superclass, and we're going to make game be something like WordleView. But how do we do that? We're going to go right to the docs. I think there's two ways that we can do this. We can say that our two types of views come from a common class, and I don't think this is talking about inheritance. Yeah, maybe these have to be structures. if I go to inheritance, I'm also going to open this one. No, structs. No, that's what this is. What this is. Okay, so we can. I'm gonna come back to this. There's a section. There's another capability in Swift that I was reading about, and I'm thinking, I don't know if this is more appropriate. But this is the first mechanism that makes sense to me, mostly because of my Java background and Python background. They both have classes and they both act like this. There's a base class concept, and we can make a base class for our views. And then these views will use the base class. So how that would work is we would have a base class here. Let me open up a view, the CursesMode view, all the way to the top of this file. There'll be something here that says some superclass. It'll be view, base view. Now, there is no base view right now, but we're gonna create one. Yeah, I think this is gonna work. Actually, let's make it game view, because then it'll make it obvious in the main. So we're gonna do something like this in main. Again, this doesn't exist yet. And you can see how we can assign to this variable, which is of the type GameView, we can assign it either the LineMode or the CursesMode. So I'm going to open up LineMode here, put in BaseView, GameView, GameView here, and I don't think this is going to compile, but let me first build this to see. I haven't seen it complain yet, but it should complain because this class, this base class doesn't exist yet. Yeah, maybe another. CLI. Oh wow. Oh, I have a issue here with the package. Yeah, this has to be deleted. we're pretty close to the end. I've been saying that, I think, the last 10 sessions. There's not much more. What we're doing is just refining the organization of the code. I think I would have been able to look at this code the way it was over the last few days and made sense of it. But this new organization is going to be, I think it's going to make it a little clearer. So now I'm going to come here. You saw, so here are the errors that I expected. It can't find this game type. So I'm going to go to add a new file. And this is a base class, so we're just going to look at what it does. Vehicle. And right now it's not going to do anything. It's just it's just empty. Let's see if that works. Because if it does work, it feels like cheating. But if it does work, then we won't have to do much more. But it will also make me look carefully at this other concept called the protocol, Swift protocols. Yeah. Oh boy. A lot of errors here. Overriding declaration requires an override keyword. So that's this LineMode. So you see already that I do have to make changes. Both LineMode and CursesMode is saying that I need to use the word override in my init. So let me honor that. Let's see if it says that here. Yeah, so it'll be override func, and well, I have public here, but I can't. I guess it's going to be over here, and also in LineMode. But this is not used. So that takes care of the views. And then it says there's an error here in CursesMode as well as LineMode. Class cannot be declared public because its superclass is internal. This needs to be public. So with those changes, this should build. Doesn't, yeah. I know one of the projects I have for this YouTube playlist project that I'm doing is, when this is finished, to the level that we can say, hey, it's finished, we can say, I can go through these videos. There's 30 of them now, 32, 33 really. I think minus 6, so there's 27 of these views, because the first 6 videos were the simple guessing game. but I can go through it and find the highlights of the building of this Wordle game. And to some extent, it took us 24 plus hours to build this game. Surely I can condense that into 10 minutes of a pretty neatly edited YouTube video. So look forward to that. We'll see if I can pull that off. But now, yeah, it has no member. So interesting. Now it's saying that value of type GameView has no member draw, has no member prompt. So what that means is that we're going to have a function here. So like let's focus on has no member draw. CursesMode has a draw method. I have to put that into GameView. Knowing that the subclass will override it. So I'm going to even anticipate that and in CursesView do that override business. Now, this view is currently doing the LineMode. So I got to do all that with LineMode, but don't worry, that's this thing right here. Override. Now we should at least have gotten rid of it for draw. These other functions, prompt, update status, these are from the view class, but we're only focused on the draw. So let's see what this produces when we build it. And if this works, then we're going to take a close look at protocol, because really, so as a Java developer or as somebody who programmed in Java way back when, I know that there's a neater language construct to describe capabilities that are common in classes. And in Java, it's called an interface. Now, in Swift, they have I believe, a similar concept called the protocol. So let's see what this does. Right. So now you see there are no messages here about draw. So this thing that we did is quote correct, since it's correct to the Swift compiler. But it's bizarre because what we have here is we're going to then put all these functions here, but it's doing nothing. The view is the one that's taking care of everything, the subclass. So we may want to look at this thing called a protocol. Here it says it defines requirements that conforming types must implement. I'm just going to search for the word interface, because if they don't have a shout out to Java in here, yeah, they don't. I'm just going to do a quick look-see in the old forums. Interface protocol, and then site forums.swift.org. I'm just curious if even somebody would have mentioned it. Oops, there's another one here. I want to get this one if I can before it redraws. Okay. So my browser is loading this information, and same over here, I hope. But I think we're going to be headed for a protocol, which I suspected as much. Yeah, so let's I may have to study this similarity later, or I may have to study this more carefully offline. Yeah. Yeah, so there seems to be some niceties to Swift protocols that are different from Java interfaces. Let me click on this one. Yeah. Okay, so let's read about, so here are two posts on the Swift forums that talk about protocols in terms of Java interfaces, which I'm familiar with. But let's just read about protocols from the documentation side so that we can implement it for ourselves and be finished. I go all the way up here. You define protocols in a very similar way, like this. Yeah, so here are the protocols. Okay. Protocol can require any conforming type to provide an instance property or a type. We're not going to worry about the properties. It's the methods that are key. Protocols can require instance methods to be implemented by conforming types. They're part of the definition in exactly the same way. So if I have a protocol and I define something, declare it static func some type, then it's going to have to be wait, this is true. Yeah, protocol random number generator requires any conforming type to have an instance method called random, which returns double. I wish they, so here, look at this, like this, it's like this example was not followed up. It's like, okay, now we're going to show you this example. It's like they give two examples, but they don't show a class that quote implements the protocol, that don't fulfill the requirement, that don't implement. I'm not a technical writer, but yeah, sometimes I just want things to go in a certain order, and it's crazy that it's not the case sometimes. So yeah, so here is an example. This class is going to implement random number generator protocol, and so therefore it needs to have this function. That's all you have to say. I'm sure there's more, but the point is, if I change this to be a protocol, I wonder if I even need to say public. It's going to need a draw function, and here it's going to need a if I just collapse all, basically it's going to need all of these. Be cool if I could have that up while I'm typing, but if I come here, oops, I think I got it stuck. We're going to say it's going to have a, it's going to need a draw function. It's going to need a draw new guess. It's going to need a prompt. It's going to need an update status. And it's going to need a close. I'm going to, for safety's sake, let me go here and do this. I just want to get rid of these GameView.Swift, not GameView, WordleCursesMode. See, now I'm thinking this, I should have the, now I'm thinking it should have the word view in the file name, but I'm gonna revert these to, actually, let me just do it manually. Close that, and it's WordleCursesMode. Just get rid of this. Now my only question mark is on the draw. I mean on the init. But I'm going to get rid of the overrides. Nobody's overriding anything anymore. But they are going to declare that they implement this protocol. Just come into this project. Do a quick diff and see. Oh, I gotta remember to update that in the package. So we've implemented this protocol. We've stated that some classes will honor it, and now we're gonna see if it's enough, if this is just enough. It's not enough. Oh, protocol requirements implicitly have the same access as the protocol itself. Oh, look, and I also have to do this business with type function returning nothing or nothing. Did I miss that in the nothing? So if I go up to look at the errors, Wordle LineMode does not conform to this GameView. Why? The protocol requires a function draw new guess with type this leading to that. And then further, public modifier cannot be used in protocols. So let me first get rid of that public modifier business. And I think there's at least one of these protocols, the prompt, I think it will return a string. Oh, wow. I think, yeah, I think I need to even say do I have to also specify the arguments in this thing? Mutating method, no. Isn't there something here that says nope? I'll scroll down here. I was thinking about reading this offline, but okay, here. Protocols can require specific initializers. I wonder, I guess init is not necessary, but no. Protocol is types. I do think I'm going to need to pass in these arguments, the ones where, for example, it's going to need an array of guess rows, which will soon change into this model, but clearly that's not going to happen anytime soon. Yeah, so this implements a dice game. Oh, here's the snakes and ladders one. Yeah, so here it is, dice. Yeah, see how it declares these. So let's do that. Draw takes does nothing, but I think that was one of the things about it. If I go back up here, yeah, see, requires a function draw new guess. So draw is good. It's these other ones that aren't. So I'm gonna go and do this thing. Prompt is going to be this, and update status is going to be this. I wonder if I should have it be this. And close, I think, is the same. I think that was even in the example. Nope. I'm going to quickly search for the question mark in here. 16 of these, 17 of these. Whenever an object conforms to optional value is unwrapped. Not sure if that's answering my question. Optional protocol requirements. Looks like, oh, that's for a whole method or property that they can be optional. That's I don't think that's possible in Java. I wonder if they say that in this one. But now, I mean, Java, your interface can have like 2 things in it, but your class can have like 15 properties and methods. So here I continue the search for the question mark. No, I'm back to the beginning. Okay, well, let's compile this code. See what the Swift compiler does with this. I'm hopeful, but I'm also got question marks of this. I also, like, if it does return nothing, do I say that in the protocol? On for a while too. One of the things about programming is you can certainly lose track of time. Let's try to solve this syntax error and then make a commit which actually builds, and then we can hold off. Oh wow, it did build. So I'll just run the thing, Swift run. If this works, then we'll do the command line thing. Yeah, this is working. Oh, I picked a new word here. Okay, what is it? Months. Okay. We made a lot of changes, and yeah, so we introduced this new thing called GameView. Oh, but we first want to add the like this. What's in the Git index is just the new file. I'm even going to get rid of that right now. These new lines, and then I'm going to add this thing. Okay, so now we're going to say Adds GameView protocol. Originally tried it as a base class. Now, what else do we need to do? Also, oh yeah, get the package. I got rid of that thing, so I gotta do add -p. No to this hunk, but yes to this hunk. Oh wow, I'm on a different one already. Different file, but the only thing I wanted to put into this commit was this change. Then Wordle CLI main. What were the things in here? Oh yeah. Yep. Add this thing. Wait, I'm gonna add in. Let's look at the other ones. Yep. Modifies views to use new protocol. And the last one is this main. Uses GameView protocol for game type. Now, I do, so how many have we done today? We've done a lot of commits here, and I'm going to quit, and I'll mention that, I'll push this up here first. We did a lot of commits. We got a lot done. We in effect have unified the controller. What we're going to do the next time around is we're going to add a quick command line switch so that we can call the game with either the text mode or the NCURSESMode. We're going to make NCURSES the default mode. Let's actually start writing this down. I already did this, but this model thing, add command line arg. LineMode and then make curses the default mode. Right. This work with the model. We'll tackle that tomorrow. We'll tackle it at some point. Maybe not tomorrow. But yeah, we did a lot. And the game is, to me, looking really good. Let's look at that main. Let's just admire it. There's still some to-dos here, but like that, I should have gotten rid of the fancy message. We got rid of, but this main is pretty nifty. But you'll see when we do the model, it's going to look a lot nicer, I think. It'll look a little, we're doing a little trick with the logic, I think, but it'll make the architecture of this a little better, more rational. and it will collect all of these pieces that are kind of a little all over the place. It's fine for a guessing game. Remember, we did write a guessing game and we used largely the same structure, but to do more complicated things, we're going to need to understand, I think we're going to need to understand some of these other architectural considerations to make more complicated games or apps, things like that. Thanks for checking this out. Thanks for sticking around, and we'll catch everybody the next time. Thanks again.